Well, it has been a while, boys, but it's good to be back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Fable1 as usual. And in this video, we're gonna have a casual talk about some pointers that the developers gave us in the latest dev stream. For this video, I do assume that you have seen the dev stream or you have seen some kind of summary. I will post one in the description down below if you haven't yet. But okay, let's go on to one of the first points that I want to discuss or talk about, or basically ask a question. The question will always be, do you think it's feasible and do you think it will add value to the game? So first and foremost, the NS overhaul, and I don't like the pun, but okay boys, this is your joke. I'm fine with it. But the NS overhaul is kind of interesting in itself. For basic players that want to play solo, it's a really good way to skip the lines for free. There will never be queues, and normally that's a paid feature. Overall, I do think it's an easy win, so it's really feasible, and it does add some value. So therefore, great change in my eyes. But do let me know what you think of this NSO overall. Is it enough for you, and are you going to play as one of the robots? Let me know in the comments down below. But also, there was one big caveat with the NSO faction, and that is mainly missing out of some amazing outfit features that has been introduced with the escalation update. And it also brings me to the second point we're going to talk about today, and those are the outfit wars. Changing the outfit wars is probably a feasible thing. The developers are able to actually make it a bit more in line with the game, but still, then does it add value to the game? Because that is, I think, the biggest point we're still missing or are going to miss. There won't be smaller leagues, so it will still be 48 versus 48 versus 48. I think we still need to get some more details regarding all the changes of the Outfit Wars Invitationals. But in my experience, not all the servers can bring in that many outfits with actual 48 players that are going to participate in a sort of serious competitive environment. And I am still debating if it is really that competitive because, well, it is a 1v1v1. There is always this one unknown factor, so okay, never mind, different discussion. But also then, does it add a lot of value to the game? Well, in my opinion, it only brings a lot of value to those bigger outfits that actually are willing to play the game a bit more competitively, play a bit more seriously. That group is a rather small percentage of the total game population. Then again, normal esports also only involves a really small percentage of the best of the best. Maybe Rogue Planet Games wants to be a bit more serious again about the broadcasting of these matches like a real esport. But as one of the casters of the first two Outfit Wars, I think they will have a hard time to get it actually rolling and make it popular. If they want to though, well, maybe. Otherwise, I don't really think it adds a lot of value. Then again though, it might be some smaller changes. I don't know how much time they're willing to actually put into this whole Outfit Wars thingy. These are the coming soon features. So these should be launching like pretty soon, like beginning of 2021, hopefully. But okay, what else are they going to do soon? If you might have been on the PTS, you might have seen the next chapter, chapter 2. It is not really my cup of tea, but if you're having fun, I hope you can get some nice rewards as well. Let me know again in the comments down below if it adds a lot of value to you, and if you think they should continue doing like a chapter 3, chapter 4, or should they put their time in other things. The dev stream also mentioned changes to the new player experience, and this is something that really is in my category of unfeasible. So in, I think, the last 4 years, 3 years maybe, they've been talking about the new player experience and it being harsh and it being bad. And currently they're talking about 3 major pillars while improving the new player experience. The first pillar is actually changing the login screen or the character creation. So I do think it's actually one of the good starters. Currently on the PlayStation, there's a pretty sleek UI already made for Planetside 2. So I do think we can reuse a lot of elements from that system, that screen. So that might be a really feasible change. And I do think that is the first thing you see when you boot up Planetside 2. So good start. However, though, I do think that especially if you're using Steam right now, the whole login process is still a bit strange, especially with the launcher. Launcher, I think that one on PC needs a bit more work as well. The second pillar was all about the game tutorial, and that has been a hot topic for a while now. So the tutorial, I think, was mentioned like a year ago, and that's also when they removed the original one. Instead, new players would actually get some kind of small missions where they, for example, would learn how to use the jetpack, and maybe some other changes as well, how to be an infiltrator, how to use your heavy shield. I don't know. A lot of things are possible in those small missions. Mentioned a long time ago, nothing like that has been shown yet. So is it feasible? I think it requires a lot of work and a lot of thinking. So questionable. Then the second question we must ask, of course, is does it add value to the game? And I do think it will add some value, but not as much as some people think it will. So if you play other games, you also might have seen some other tutorials in the past. And my first thought when playing a tutorial is, how can I skip this, or how can I go as fast as possible through this whole tutorial thingy? My personal guess is that will still be the case for Planetside 2 as well. And also, this might not be a popular belief, but I don't think that Planetside 2 is that hard to play. It is still just a shooter. You got to point and you got to click to shoot. That is 90% of the game. If you can point and you can shoot, you can kill players, you can participate in Planetside 2. Done. However, what is confusing to players is mainly the spawn system. Where do you go? Where are the fights? Addressing the spawn system is way more important than actually helping the new players how to learn the game. Also, this will be beneficial not only to the new players, but also to the existing players. The big debate though about the whole spawn system is, how are you going to improve it? You want to give the players some kind of freedom, but you don't want to give them too much, because then there will be a big Zerg ball coming in to multiple bases. And also, well, you do want to guide them a little bit because you want to send them to fights. So there is a really subtle balance that you need to find. And so far, 8 years after the introduction of the game, we're still not there yet. And I do think there are some bright minds hopefully working at Rogue Planet Games. They did mention a spawn system during the dev stream. And yes, I do think this will add a lot of value. Is it feasible though? We have seen many changes in the past regarding to the spawn system. Not all have been really positive, so I will give it a 50-50 chance. Next, they talked about improvements of the game engine, and they did not only mention improvements to performance, so not only more FPS, they also mentioned improvements to the sound engine, but also mentioned improvements to the graphics. So that's a lot of improvements. There is only one key missing here, and that is that they're still looking for a developer to actually do this. So, guys, if you are by any chance a senior developer living somewhere near the West Coast, you know, California, San Diego, that kind of area, then you might be a key part of actually improving the engine. To me, it's kind of funny that right now, like 10 years after the introduction of the game engine, they want to start improving it. We have seen some other improvements when Planetside Arena came around. They changed the graphics, they did change some performance thingies as well. But overall, not much has changed so far. And in 2021, they want to change it completely. One new guy, completely new to the whole engine that has been 10 years old now. And as far as I know, the game engine is not really kept to the standards of normal game development. So this will be quite a challenge. I will give it not much chance on feasibility. However, though, adding value, yes, please. Especially with also the PlayStation 5 right now being live. This should be next gen. It is time to become Planetside 2 next gen. This should be a major push. However, though, again, when will it be ready? That is something that I'm really curious about. What else I'm really curious about is a new continent. So we have been waiting for Hossen to be finished for a while now. We are still waiting, I think, as well, for Emmerich to be changed a little bit, because the center part, it is not my piece of cake at least. Anyway, new continent, that's fresh, that's cool. Will it be done this time? Well, Andy says, wait guys, we do have enough personnel right now. We will do this. And well, yeah, we got some kind of new continent as well when we got the new Aphid Wars with Desolation. So if we copy and paste enough, I think we can make a new continent. It is possible. We have seen some nice artistic changes as well to SMA. So, okay, I do trust Andy on this one. They will deliver on a new continent, but will it add a lot of value? That is a question to you guys. Do you like the idea of a new continent? I am unbiased on this one. I have seen new maps coming in, for example, in PUBG, and it doesn't really do anything with the game community. So what do you guys think? Let me know. Other than that, they did mention they will keep working on the current continents as well, so they might actually finish Hossen, and they will also keep continuing the work on the chapters. The fact that they still want to continue on more chapters does, I think, prove as well that they are making some good money on the chapter system. So I'm glad that RPG is actually making some good money, and that might help getting some more developers in the future as well. So, well, GG guys. Other than that, I do think we kind of talked about the major parts that they talked about as well in the dev stream. Let me know what you think. Some more things about me personally. I'm not playing Planetside 2 religiously anymore, so I am playing it more from a casual side. And that's also how I want to approach these videos. Less scripting, just more talking. I want to know what you guys think of it, and I want to be there more as a host of your discussion. I do want to close with one more final thought, and that is, this video is sponsored by my own new channel. So if you guys might want to earn a little penny on the side, you know, you got your gaming PC, then you might want to be using right now your graphics card. So I myself am into crypto for 3 years now, and I've been mining on the side as well. So if you're interested in more cryptocurrency related videos, then please visit Gentlecoin. We will make some more videos on that channel as well in the coming future. But right now you can see my first video, how profitable is GPU mining? Having said that guys, stay healthy, stay gentle, and I will see you in a next video.